free meals for all Detroit public school students this fall, all part of a federal program that will pay for their meals even if they can't afford them. Now, some wonder if this program is a good idea. Welcome back to Let It Rip. We're joined right now by a local businessman, born and raised in Detroit. He grew up a Democrat, but he's now a conservative Republican with his own radio show. Wayne Bradley is here, along with Ike McKinnon, Yusef Shakur, and Charlie Langton. We thank you all for being here. Now, first of all, let's understand how this works. This is how the school district explained the process.
There really was a complicated process for parents to fill out an income verification form, and then you had the situation where you have students in line. Some of them have to pay cash, some of them have to pay, some of them you get the free lunch. This simply simplifies it, and every single student starting opening day for the entire school year will have a free breakfast, a free lunch, and free snacks as well.
Now, as we understand it, that means that every student in Detroit Public Schools will get free breakfast, free lunch, free meals, free snacks, and it doesn't matter if their parents can pay for it. Why don't you like it?
Well, I think that's the biggest issue. I don't want to come out here and say that I don't want anyone to eat, but the idea that we're going to give people who don't need that aid, it just doesn't sound right. We're in a time right now where we're struggling financially as a country, and that, these kind of bills and these kind of things are the reason why we've been downgraded with our credit. We just don't get it as far as we don't have it right now. We're offering a service that they're even saying that everyone doesn't need it. I think that's the biggest issue. He's saying that everyone doesn't need it, so why give it to everyone? And while I was coming in, I was thinking, like, what can we do to make this work? And they're saying that there's a stigma issue, and I can understand that. I went to Detroit Public Schools, so I understand the stigma issue. The way you could change that around, which would be a lot more affordable, is give everyone a card and take away the need for cash in the line, so no one knows what's on your card. You pay for your card like a prepaid debit card or anything else, and for the people that can't afford it, who actually qualify for this financial aid or for the voucher for food, they can continue going on the way they're going, but there's no need for stigma. That doesn't wash with me financially right now.
Well, there is a reality to being poor, but there is a stigma to being poor. It's a pilot federal program. Michigan, one of only 3 states involved right now, but any state can apply, and there is an added benefit here. This could mean that more students will attend Detroit Public Schools in the fall. For the meals, that's true.
I can't imagine being willing to take my kids and send them to DPS just for the free lunch. That's not enough motivation to switch out of the school.
But it would happen. I think it would happen. They do. They're young people, as I said, who go to school for the meal. They're kids who live in homes usually it's a young girl that's taking care of the family, and they will go to those schools for the meal. There are countless kids that are doing this.
Most people are getting it.
No, they're throwaway kids. They're living by themselves in these abandoned homes, and they go to schools. They go to these schools to get meals. This is happening all over the city.
Well, they're already doing that, right?
Fox Studios are also very emotional about this issue. They've been sounding off on our Facebook page. Here's what some of you were saying about the free meals program. Bill Lashley says, I think that most of us would agree that this whole debate is not really about feeding kids. It's about feeding the corrupt system. Lisa Kimball is a teacher and says, there is not a day that goes by that a student who is turned down for free or reduced lunch comes to school hungry and goes home hungry because they had no money. And Jennifer Carlson writes, waste of money. Why feed kids who don't need assistance? Mike Butchko says, great use of money. Takes the stigma off kids for being poor and gives meal choices to all students. What do you think about that?
There's a big problem about taxpayer subsidies right now. I don't care what district you're in. And the people in Detroit, for example, and we're picking on Detroit, but actually it's all the districts. Detroit will be the first district to do this, but it could be in Macomb County, Oakland County. There are a lot of districts that fit the criteria for this federal program. But the bottom line here is that it's a choice that the federal government has made under the Obama administration. Will it work? Will it get people to school? Will it get people educated? I think everyone agrees that you learn better on a full stomach.
No question.
Everybody agrees that. So the concept, I think, of this program is good. I just think it's the details that are the problem, and people don't want to pay more taxes. By the way, this is a $4.5 billion program added on to already some other educational programs of the federal government. This is not just a couple of snacks. This is a lot of money. That's the problem.
And maybe you're saying, Wayne, we need to spend that money in a better way, more judiciously.
Yeah, and it could be I just think that overall, if we want to feed the people that need the assistance, there's a way you can do that without essentially just writing a blank check to a district and saying everyone gets a free meal. I mean, this is America. There is no free lunch. I mean, that's just the bottom line. There is no free lunch.
Bottom line. Yeah, that's so true. But you have to wonder, too, about the kids, too. Just getting them in school is maybe worth the investment. Yeah, it's a $4 billion program, but maybe down the line we're going to make even more money by making sure those kids are educated. At least they're in school, not on the streets doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Concept is good. Put them in school. They've got to have some incentives to go to school and give them free school supplies. Let's do these people need it. Huel, 78% of the people in Detroit are under the poverty line. And these are the people that take the time. Parents are probably telling their kids, go to school. Let's give them some incentives. Concept is good. Let's tweak it a little bit. I like it.
But also, I mean, we have to really assess the needs of what we're trying to